Hey friends, Paul here from Cool and Quiet. Recently, I was concerned that my window AC's compressor was not kicking in until about 5 minutes after powering up the unit. Now, the fan was going, but the compressor seemed kind of late to the party. And I don't recall that before with previous units. So I called LG's customer service and was assured that that's normal, that the fan has got to be on for a couple minutes, up to 5 minutes before the compressor kicks in. And the representative guided me to LG's service manual for this unit. And reading that was pretty interesting about the insides of the unit, especially regarding the compressor. And I'd like to share with you some of the cooler features about how these things work, and the compressor in particular. You can see here defect of compressor capacitor. I'm seeing that a lot about capacitor checks and the capacitor being a key component to these compressors. And I did some Googling on the part number for this LG, and here's a picture of the capacitor that is in this bad boy. And if I'm not mistaken, you HVAC guys, please, and gals, please weigh in on this. 400 volt capacitor with 3.77 amps. If I'm not mistaken, that's enough amperage and combined with voltage to short circuit several people's lives if they go in there messing around with this thing when it's fully charged. We're talking some serious charge power in this compressor's capacitor. Further down the service manual, compressor will not run, whereas the fan motor runs. After again checking voltage, wiring, the switches. Here we go again, down here, capacitor. Discharge capacitor before servicing. In other words, drain that capacitor before even messing with it. Now, it seems to me that the motor is charging that high value capacitor, which lives in the compressor, and in turn, that's forcing out this high pressure vapor, which comes through the condenser coils. This hot air is being blasted outdoors, and the high pressure vapor is boiling the liquid refrigerant, in this case R32 hydrofluorocarbon, and boiling this refrigerant kind of paradoxically results in cooling. That's the nature of the refrigerant, is that boiling it actually results in cooling, and that's blasted out from the evaporator coils in the front of the unit. And as this liquid pressure drops, as it reaches the front of the unit, as it were, you can see we're reaching the crosshatch area where the balance between the liquid refrigerant and the vapor is met right there, at which point this is low pressure vapor. And here we have the complete liquid boil off point. So the liquid refrigerant is no longer in a boiled state after its cool air is ejected out the front of the unit. Now we have low pressure vapor, which is fed back into the compressor, and the cycle repeats. Hey folks, thanks for watching. Are you in the HVAC industry, or like me, are you just a fan of air conditioners? Post your comments below and stay cool.